So starting up with section 6.4, we're going to talk about the two forms you're going to fill out when you do taxes, 1040EZ and 1040A. So a few definitions based on these two forms. We have a dependent. This is each person that you support, so yourself plus any other people that you support in your household. Exemptions. This is what you receive for each dependent. So the more exemptions you have, the less your taxable income. So, for example, if you have one child versus two children, your exemptions would be more, so your taxable income would be a lot less. Okay? A 1040EZ. The couple requirements for the EZ form. This is obviously the easiest one. That's why it's called EZ. The status must be single or married filing jointly. So when you fill out your W-4, you have to put single or married filing jointly. No dependents, so it's only you and your spouse. Your taxable income has to be less than $100,000. Your income can only be from wages, salaries, tips, any scholarships that you get or grants if you're in college, and any unemployment contributions you make. Your taxable interest, things like savings accounts, stocks, anything like that, your taxable interest has to be less than or equal to $1,500. The next form would be a 1040A. This, you must have a combined taxable income less than $100,000, and this is for people for more than two dependents. So more than two dependents, so if you're married and you have one child and your income is less than $100,000, you can do the 1040A form. And we'll talk about these two forms here in our examples. We're just going to hit on the basics of these two forms. We're not going to dive totally into them. All right, but we're going to talk about what they look like and some key parts of the form that you're going to need to fill out. Okay. When we fill out these forms, these links for these forms are on the Canvas calendar for Monday. You can click on the form and it brings you to a new website, and on that website you can fill in directly into the form and generate it. You can print it, you can save it, whatever you need to do right from that website. So if you need to pause your video to fill out any more definitions, please do so now. Okay, example 1. William Bassey's employer withheld $13,956.95 in federal income tax. After completing his return, William determined that his tax rate or his taxes are $11,874.82. So he had more taken out of his check than he actually owed. So this would give you a refund. So this is a refund. And how you find the amount of refund is you take how much taxes you paid, which is $13,956.95, and you subtract off how much tax you owe, which is $11,874.82. When you do that subtraction, you will get a total refund of $2,082. So he would get a check from the government for $2,082 as a refund. Okay? All right, number 2. It says Kate is filling out her income tax return. Her last tax year was $973. Her employer withheld $712 in federal taxes. Okay? Does Kate get a refund, or does she owe more to the government? So her tax for last year was $973, but she only withheld $712. So she would owe for this tax year. Okay? And how much? You would do $973 minus $712. Okay, she owes $973, but she only paid $712, so she's going to owe some money here. When you do that subtraction, you will get $261 that she would owe the government. Part B says, what is the difference between Kate's tax and the amount withheld by her employer? Well, the difference between Kate's tax and the amount withheld was our $261. So if Kate wanted to get some money back, she would have to adjust her W-4 form and make some changes based on her filing status. Okay, number 3. It says Katerina is single with a taxable income for last year of $75,431. Her employer withheld $14,870 in federal taxes. Use the tax table from example 2 in lesson 6.4 to determine Katrina's tax. So let's go to example 2 in our notes from the textbook. Okay, so here is example 2 off to the right hand side. It is saying use the tax table from example 2. Here's your tax table right here. This is a range of 74,000, so we're in that range. Okay. Her employer withheld $14,870. So if you look here, $14,870 falls right here. She is single, so $14,870 is right here in this range right here. Okay. So it's asking to determine Katrina's taxes. Okay. That is going to be $14,488. Okay, that is her taxes. Okay. Does she get a refund? Okay, so if you look here, her employer withheld $14,870, and she owes $14,488. So does she get a refund? She does not, because she actually owes a little bit more. So she's going to, actually she does get a refund. Sorry about that. She paid too much into it. So $14,870 minus $14,488 gives you a refund of $382. Okay. So again, refer to the tax table off to the side. Okay, and that'll change with your different dollar amounts. Okay. For this problem, I really wanted you to use 74,431 instead of 75 because our tax table here only shows 74,000 range. Okay, so that was my little typo there in number 3. But we find our dollar amount here off to the side, and then we find our tax, and then we figure out if we get a refund or not. Number 4. Tony is paying off a car loan. The monthly payment is $211.28. He is hoping to receive an income tax refund that is large enough to make one monthly payment. His tax is $1,722, and his employer withheld $2,071 in federal taxes. How much of a refund will Tony receive for Part A? So his employer withheld $2,071, okay, and his tax was $1,722. So $2,071 minus $1,722 gives you a total refund of $349. Will Tony be able to make one car loan payment with the refund? Well, his monthly payment in the problem was $211.28. Obviously, $349 is bigger or greater than $228 or $211.28. So that answer would be yes. Okay. All right, we're going to pause part 1 and we're going to pick up part 2 with number 5.